Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. I'm over in eastern Wisconsin today, or actually in Chilton, Wisconsin, great farming community, and I'm here with Waldo Riesterer with Riesterer Schnell. Waldo, thanks for hosting us for our U.S. Farm Report segment. You guys did an awesome job.
Oh, it's great to have you here. So we've had a lot of fun the last 2 days. So.
Well, you're fantastic telling us about the variety of farming here in eastern Wisconsin. We've got forages big, we got potato. What?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate over the years. We're in a dairy area right here, but we got some cash grain. We got the vegetables with our dealerships in the more of the central part of the state in the sands. So we got the potatoes, vegetables, cranberries. And then we're also fortunate, is I had one dealer friend come visit us. He goes, why does everybody cut so much grass? So our turf business is a huge part of our business also.
And Waldo, you guys have grown, you're 12 stores now?
Correct.
Okay, but you have to tell us how this all started. Great story here, folks.
Great. It started in 1931. My grandfather, along with his brother and a hunting fishing buddy, Henry Schnell, found themselves out of work during the Great Depression. So they didn't have work, so they did what most people probably think they should do, but they started a business on the corner here, a repair shop, and over the years they did whatever it took, from repairing whatever needed to be repaired to Ford and the Ford Ferguson tractor line, and later the Ford line, tractor line, New Holland farm equipment. Sold Plymouth cars for 3-4 years in the 40s.
Plymouth cars.
Yes.
Nice.
And so it's kind of unique that we were a car dealership also at one time.
And John Deere, they started
John Deere was in 1959. So, and actually the picture up here,
let's take a look.
Kind of replicates 1959. That picture is from 1959, and we had just taken on the John Deere line.
Okay. Look at those old cars, man. They're sweet.
Yep. And all those buildings are basically still here today, in one shape or form. The house that was next to the dealership is now directly across the road from where we're standing right now.
Okay. Waldo, was that actually a tavern?
The tavern was on the corner, so where you can see the mobile sign, the closest part of the building to us was the tavern, and the house next to it was the people that ran the tavern lived in the house next to it, and then my grandfather and grandmother lived in the one house, and his brother and his wife lived in the house next door. So. And
the tavern, does that go back to 1931, Waldo?
No, I would have to find out for sure. I think it was in the 40s or 50s.
So it was a little repair shop?
Yes.
It was 1931.
The repair shop was 1931.
Okay, why don't you walk us through the timeline here?
Then the next one is 1976, and it's I hope you can see there, but towards the top of the screen would be a large white building, and that was the new parts room was added on in 1976. Okay. And to the left top was a large storage building, so just a machine shed. And
76.
So you can see that there, and then the next one is 1979, and you may want to come right down to this one. This would be the same era. And you can see that there's a little green and things, but that green section was added in 1979, and the shop behind it where you can see the Riesterer Schnell name on. So that's 1979. And what's really neat about that picture, I believe, is a number of pull-type forage harvesters, pull-type choppers, and then windrowers, rakes, small square balers, and how much hay and forages. And now today I look at that whole line of equipment and know that probably one chopper can do what that whole line could do in a day.
The farm equipment business and farming in general has changed so fast over the decades, and your family has kind of seen it all and done it.
We've been very fortunate. We've had great customers, great employees. And it takes all those things to come together to make a successful dealership. And a great partner in John Deere.
Right. So going back to 1931 now, Waldo, can you take us back through the store and show us some of the roots of the business here?
Sure, be happy to do that.
Okay, Waldo, well, we are found our way back into the shop here, and I understand this is kind of a historic wall we've got right here.
Yes, Greg, this is the original wall of the building from 1931, still standing here today.
Wow. Now you mentioned the tavern.
Yeah.
Was that right back in this area then?
Yeah,
Waldo?
the shop was back in this area, and the tavern, you can see the doorway there. That would take you into the tavern back in the day.
1931. Man, that is really cool. Did you hear a lot of stories when you were growing up about the tavern back
Yes,
in the day?
I hear lots of stories. You know, Grandpa's office was right outside the tavern door, so I don't know how many deals were consummated in his office or at the corner of the bar, but and I guess coming down for parts could be an all-day job
Hey,
sometimes
sure.
once in a while.
Absolutely.
So it was not. I don't know that the wives always liked the husband going for parts.
But business was conducted and got done.
Correct.
That's awesome. Well, a piece of history here, folks. The original wall from 1931. Very cool. Thanks for showing it to us, Waldo.
No problem. Thanks, Greg.
Well, Waldo, we're back in the kind of where it all started for you.
Yes, I started back here in the parts department, basically stocking shelves and taking care of the technicians when they had their parts requisitions.
This was back in the early 80s, Waldo?
Early 80s, correct.
Okay. So good memories of getting into the farm equipment business.
Yes, absolutely. When I came in here, I didn't really know much, didn't grow up around the dealership, so I was, I always say I didn't know the difference between a plow or a disc or a chisel plow. To me, they all were just something that was green and black that went in the ground and turned to black, so.
Boy, a lot to be said, though, for just working your way up and knowing the business from kind of the ground floor.
It helps understanding it a little bit
Right.
and things like that, so.
Now, I understand as we kind of go down the path here, we can actually get into the old tavern from right here, Waldo?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we have our new showroom to the right, and at one time the showroom was to the left.
Okay.
So over the years, this parts department kind of had a flip-flop
Sure.
front to back and things like that,
Very
and try
cool.
to change it with the times. So
Well, as we walk back here, Waldo, just tell me almost 35 years in the business yourself,
Yeah.
what do you love about the farm equipment business?
what I love, I had the opportunity to go into the car business at one time and deal with the general public, and what I found out is I really love agriculture and the people in agriculture. They're just, I don't know if it's more genuine, and you basically become a friend with every farmer before you sell them anything, and it's those relationships that are special.
Very powerful. Very cool.
So,
Does it seem like almost 35 years you've been?
no, it makes me feel old right now.
Sorry, to bring that
Yeah.
along. That's great. And we were talking a little bit about the dynamic parts department you have
Yeah.
here, Riesterer and Schnell.
Yes.
Very. Well, how would you describe what?
We years ago at this location is when you have one person back here and you have anywhere from 12 to 16 technicians, they all want their parts at the same time.
Right.
So we cut a hole in the counter at one point in time, let them pick their own parts, and a lot of dealers get nervous over that because of technicians taking parts and not putting them on work orders or billing them out and then stuff's missing. And we do multi-million dollars worth of parts business a year, and our inventory is never off more than $800 to $2,000 at this location. So it's a testament to our technicians. They understand the value of doing it and doing it the right way and how it helps them and us.
And the quality employees kind of make the business, right?
We're only as good as them. I can take anything apart, but I guarantee I can't put it together like
Right.
they can. So
Very cool.
without them, we wouldn't be anything. So.
And it makes it fun to come to work every day when
Yes,
you're
it
working with
does.
great people.
Yeah.
So we're-
This was a showroom at one time, and
Okay.
now it's part storage here.
Okay.
So you'll see that. And utilizing all the space. It's an older building. As
Right.
we started in 31, have done different
Farm-
additions over the years.
farm equipment has got a little bigger in the last 80-some years. hasn't it?
Correct. Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
So,
And now is the tavern?
the tavern's right back here on the corner. And everything that I've been told is you can see a little line in the wall here. There was another wall here, and that was Grandpa's office. So, so his
And Grandpa's name again?
was John.
John. Okay.
John and his brother Frank are the
They
two
started.
gentlemen that started it. Yes.
Okay. So this is actually the door into the old tavern.
Correct. Yep. It's an old metal door. Probably was fireproof back in the day.
Okay.
So as you walk up in here, this is still a thing in time, and you can see where the bar
Ah,
kind of went around the
Right.
corner here, and where the pipes and stuff came up for the sinks and the taps and things like that. So
you know roughly how long the tavern was here?
Early 80s, it was, we shut down the tavern. And we actually went from a tavern to we're probably ahead of our time. We put a gas station and a little convenience liquor store on the corner here for a few years, but that didn't work out. So it's kind of things that we've done in the company over the years. We've been involved in a lot of things over the years.
Well, getting into that diversification, even going back to the start.
Yes, the start was basically 1931. My grandfather, his brother, and a hunting and fishing buddy, Henry Schnell, found themselves without a work because of the Depression. And started a little repair shop on the corner here and basically repaired anything. And then over the years, we Ford Ferguson tractors, the Ford tractor line, New Holland hay equipment, sold Plymouth cars in the 40s. Had a milk route. You know, I hear my dad talk about the cans and doing all those things. And
so your grandpa, great uncle weren't afraid of work?
No, they did what it took to
and they also saw opportunity and went for it.
Correct. And then in 1959, my grandfather had the opportunity to buy the John Deere franchise out of the Chilton, which Chilton's about 5 miles from here. Brought that on and continued on with John Deere New Holland Ford tractors. And then when the Ford and New Holland merged, we had them both, so it kind of worked really good. And probably about a little over 10 years ago, we got a New Holland business, and now it's just John Deere. So.
Well, Waldo, it must be fun to come back here and just think about that. This is kind of where things started.
Correct.
For your grandfather.
It's really neat, and as we were talking earlier, Greg, I think the neat stories, and even for me being third generation, is the generations before gave us this opportunity. It's now what they had foresight to set us up for opportunities in the future. And we've had a lot of great employees over the years that have allowed us to grow. And I have got asked a few times about having multiple stores, and I say our customers have allowed us to grow. Because if they didn't want us to grow, then they wouldn't. So our growth wouldn't be without our great employees and our great customers and being partners with them.
What do you think your grandfather would think of you guys today, 12 stores and doing what you're doing?
I wonder that often. Probably the one thing that in my memory that goes back is the day that I woke up and I was selling my first monitor for a combine. That was back in the 90s, and I was wondering, what would Grandpa think that the combine's talking to a satellite, and we're going to print a map of what this combine, this yield monitor, that's the word I was looking for.
I think Grandpa would get it, though, because they were looking for opportunities all
the time and things like that. So what's been really neat for me is being third generation, and there's 4 of us in the third generation currently, so we're the caretakers. We've been given an opportunity, and it's what we do with it, and we take that seriously. And but on the other part of the third generation, I've had one customer that has brought it to my attention. Unfortunately, he passed away here in the last 2 years, but that he had purchased a new John Deere tractor from one of every generation. So that's really neat.
Very cool.
And then just last fall, I went to another customer that I started dealing with, and they brought their son in to talk about data management and stuff like that. And Mom had to come and get a picture because that was 3 generations of that farm that I dealt with.
Wow.
So I had started with Grandpa, Dad, and then now the third generation of that farm coming in. So.
Creating those deep, solid, trusted customer relations, that's kind of what the farm equipment business is, isn't it?
It's about the people. At the end of the day, it's all about people.
And Waldo, your father, he's still sort of involved in the business?
Absolutely. He's still involved, not involved in the day-to-day business, but he is here.
Okay.
The joke around here, and his name is Delmer, and you can't beat him here in the morning. So when he's around, he's here anywhere, I think, 5:45 to 6:30 in the morning. Wow. And you'd have to get up before 6 to beat him here. Wow. And then he's just a good steward and just very passionate about the business.
Just let me ask you, Waldo, working with your father for 30-some years, what's that been like?
Excellent. We've been very fortunate. I got Tom Vanderkorp, who's our CFO and COO. Him and me have kind of grown up together in this. And when my dad and uncle, will be 12 years ago, kind of asked us if we wanted to co-manage this and take it on,
Sure.
they gave us the opportunity. And the day that they did that, they stepped out of the day-to-day and allowed Tom and myself to take it and grow. And there's a lot of times through generations, the handover is a little rough and
Can be
tough.
tough, yeah.
But I know my father, somebody would come in and say, come in and ask him a question. Nope, you got to go in a great way.
Right.
He wouldn't put himself in the middle of the decision. So when the baton got handed off, it got handed off. And then my uncle, one time, we thought we needed some more office space here, and he says, "Well, do you need me to get rid of move your dad's thing?" And I said, "No." I says, "Why would I want you to move the guy that, number one, if I need to vent, I can vent to him."
Right.
And he understands it.
Right.
And more importantly, the knowledge that he has carried
Absolutely.
and do that. So that knowledge is invaluable. So
Well,
we
that
want
is-
to do that. And still, the office here at the Chilton store that I share with one of our sales managers, because I got an office at another store,
Sure.
was my grandpa's. And I'm having a hard time giving that up
Cool.
completely. So.
Cool. Well, Waldo, hats off to what your family and what you've done here is amazing business, and thanks for showing us and giving us the history. So we're 86 years now.
86 years strong, and at the end of the day, we could do it with very great employees throughout the years, and our customers that have been loyal and supported us through the years too.
Well, a true American success story, folks. Riesterer and Schnell. Check out their website, rnds.com. And Waldo, again, thanks for telling us the story.
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
enjoyed it.